Okay, we are back with a video. Now I'm going to create some stars. Like I will define a star class, then I will try to render it continuously. So when I create a star, it will fall vertically from the topmost part of the screen, and it will go to the bottommost part of the screen. And when it goes to the part of the screen, it will be removed completely. And if you tap on it, also it will be removed. Okay. So how to create this thing? You have to create a star class. We have to define certain properties. So let's create a star class. I'll have a constructor x and y. It has an x properties and some y property, and it will have a r property, like size property. Now we'll set the x of the this dot x as x, this dot y as y, this dot size, and we'll also have a this dot we don't need this dot rotation for now. Yeah, we'll have a this dot rotation, that is 0. So this will define the when the star is formed, it will also rotate on its axis in its z axis. So this dot will will monitor its rotation angle. So now when we are drawing it, dot x, what we can do is we have to define a path. We'll do by beginning the path, then we'll move to a certain position. So if you see a star shape, there will be six edges, and six edges. After that, below it, there will be two more edges. Six edges will be outer edges. There will be 12 inner edges. Between two edges, there will be a pointed triangle. So we have to draw the triangles and then we have to rotate it, kind of thing. So what we have to do, we have to have a variable counter which will go from 0 to 6. Now if I equal to 0, it will have the move to thing, because when you are starting a path, we have to move to a certain position. Then if you do line 2, then it will go to the other position. So if I equal to 0, we have to move to a certain position, else we will line to a certain position. So we have to, since we have six thing, we have iterated to six. We need like two inner points and one outer point. So it's like this way, right? We have to draw this point and this point, then this point, or we have to draw this point, and then this point. So I can like show you. Suppose I open a thing called star images. Okay, so we'll draw something like this. It has five things, right? One, two, three, four, five. So I can draw five also. It's not an issue. So this thing is like minus 90 degree, to start from minus 90 degree, and this thing is like 360 by 5, 360 by 5 plus 72. Then it will be this point, then this point, then this point. So we are going to draw this point, then this point, then this point. Then we are going to rotate this thing by 360 by the number of edges, like number of not edges, number of triangles. 360 by 5 is 72. We will rotate it by 72 times each in each iteration. So first we'll draw this, then this, then this. The inner point, then outer point, then the next inner point. Then at each iteration, we'll rotate it by 72 degrees. So instead of 6, I will have 5 here. And I will start my degree at 90. It will be const, it can be final. Oh no, it cannot be final. It will be there. And minus 90. Okay. So minus 90, the inner point starts from, since you're first drawing the inner point starts from minus 90 by 360 divided by 5 by 2 is minus 90 by minus 36. So you have to set the degree also, like where n is equal, const n is equal to 5, the number of iteration. We'll do, instead of 5, we'll say n. And so start deck will be okay, and gap deck, which is which will be 360 degree by n, will be will be 360 by 5n, and then deg is equal to, instead of they having deg here, okay, var deg is equal to minus 90, deg is equal to deg minus gap deg by 2. So we'll have certain util method here, like var get point in a circle. We'll have const get point. It's a util method which will give us the point of like of a circle centered at a certain position and having a certain radius. So we'll pass the center. Generally it is 0 and 0. So the center will be 0 and 0 for 0 0. Since we are already translating to x and y, so we need the center to be as 0 comma 0. So get point in a circle, we don't need center here, we know only the radius, okay, and the degree. Okay, so we'll do something like return x as uh, x as math.cos. We'll return a JSON for, will have two variables x and y. So x will be something called r cross math.cos into deg cross math.pi by 180. Similarly for y, we'll copy this thing and just change x to y and y to and cos to sine. So I'll explain this formula. Okay, so a point in a circle centered at x comma y and having certain radius r, any point in the circle, it will be x plus the x position of that point will be x plus r into cosine of the angle it is making with x with the center, that is x comma y, and the y point, the y coordinate of the point will be y, that is the center, plus uh, radius into mat dot into radius into sine of the angle it is making with the circle, the point is making with the circle. So we are using that formula and we'll use that thing here, like uh, we'll use point in circle. Let's get point in circle, and we need 2 points which will be at radius, like suppose the radius here is size by 2. Okay, so the inner thing, so we have 2 points, right? So you can visualize this thing as a this is passing through a circle and this is passing through a bigger circle. The bigger circle's radius will be r, the smaller circle's radius will be something called r by 3, or yeah, r by 3 is a good value. The inner circle's radius will be r by 3. So r1 is equal to r by 3, or just say you can have all these things here also, 3 comma, okay. So we'll have now we'll have 3 coordinates. So if I equal to 0, then context of move to, we'll have 3 points. Point 1, that is get point in circle, will pass radius as small r1 and degree as deg. Point 2 is this thing, point 1 is this, point 1 is this thing, point 2 is this thing, point 3 is this thing. So now point 2 will be get point in circle, it will be r comma deg plus gap deg by 2, and point 3 will be get point in circle r1 comma deg plus gap deg. Okay, you can see here it is quite you can see it is at gap dict, means this starts with dict, this starts with dict plus gap by 2, this starts with dict plus gap dict, and its radius is r1 r and r1. Okay, a simple thing. So only if I equal to 0, then we are going to say point 1 dot x and point 1 dot y, else context dot line 2 point 1 dot x point 1 dot y. So it must begin with at certain point, and then we can just do line 2 to goes to another point. Then we'll have context dot line 2 point 2 dot x point 2 dot y, and context dot line 2 point 2 dot point 3 dot x point 3 dot y, and we'll increment the dec by gap dec. Okay, so we'll draw after it has completed all the iteration from I to n. We'll say context dot fill. We must give it a color, and we must have a global alpha for it. If I save this thing, and we have not already translated to, okay, we must translate to x comma y, this dot x, this dot y, and we must have a global alpha that is low, that is not less than 1. I say let's have 0.6. Okay, so this thing works fine, only we need a color, we need to give it a color. We have to, so we'll have a group of collection of star at certain class, a certain container at that. Before that, in its draw method, we'll draw all the stars. So before drawing all the stars, we'll set certain fill style there. Okay, so this thing will work. I will start with the star container thing in the next video.